a paradox. Although normal humans pine to be in love, to be virtually possessed by the love of a perfect suitor, we, that is to say normal humans, also want absolute freedom for our beloveds, choosing to be head over heels in love one day at a time for all eternity. Yeah, that's how it is. That I think in our right minds, we really do want somebody to possess us, to really want to keep us forever, to hold on tight and really cherish our devotion to them. Yet simultaneously, we want them to be perfectly free, to be independent, so that we don't cramp their style an iota, because otherwise we won't be their perfect mate. How can we be if we don't give them absolute freedom and trust? So it's awesome. It's just, I want so badly just to have the woman of my dreams in my arms, to hold her and cuddle and cradle and snuggle. Pure puppy love. That's really what I want at this point in my life. Been that long since I held a woman in my arms. And that's all I'm really after. Not the icing on the cake and sex and all this. Sure, that's great, but it's empty calories to a degree. No, what I really want is that pure, innocent puppy love. Cuddling and snuggling and kissing her forehead. Just hanging out with her, spending a little bit of time here and there with her. Put me on top of the world. And I'd like a chance to put her on top of the world. I'd like nothing more in this whole world than to do that. I feel better, more important. To feel better, more important than another, is evil. And only we can decide to not be evil. Just as a parent learns from their children, and a teacher learns from their pupils, and a master learns from their subjects, is it at all unreasonable to suggest that God learns from us, his children? Well, I think God's always learning, always growing forevermore, and so we are too, because we're joined at the hips to God. We're his children, beloved beyond anything else on the face of this earth, each one of us, and we need to let each other know that. We're precious treasure to God. The souls of men is what he's after, not the silver and the gold or anything else in this world. No, living beings. Us, you, me, all of us are precious to him. And we've got to let each other know. I mean, that's a life well spent to walk around this planet, just letting people know and dispelling the evil in the land, that this notion that, nah, you're just another warm body, do the planet a favor and go kill yourself. I mean, that's evil. That's what we're all subjected to, is that spirit. It's just a spirit of the air floating around like that. We get it everywhere we turn. That we don't need you. We can replace you at the drop of a hat. Hey, who needs anybody? This is why I say people shouldn't get hung up. Their jobs are so important. I mean, be honest, be realistic. Hey, any one of us could fall off the face of the earth tomorrow, and the system is going to go along pretty much as it all along. So don't any of us think we're so important that we're not dispensable, and it's not a good feeling. But it keeps us in check so that we don't feel better than anybody else. But we've got to care about other people. We've got to be willing to share their pain. Otherwise, we'll never empathize with them. We'll never understand. And like it's written, my people perish from lack of understanding. You want to be selfish? You say you're selfish? Yeah, good. Then you've got to be selfless. That's what selfish people do. They realize God is the grantor of happiness, And so we're after happiness. That's selfish. Yeah, I want to be I want to be happy. You say that. Because you're not going to be any good to anybody else if you're not happy. So you seek happiness, then you've got to seek selflessness, caring about others more or at least as much as you literally care about yourself or your family, your kids, whoever it is. Okay? Your beloved, everybody. We've got to care. We've got to love. We've got to live by those two overriding, overruling, superseding commandments that Jesus gave us, where all the other 10 commandments fall into place automatically, naturally, if we just adhere to them. Honor and love God above all else. That's the right thing to do. That's the reasonable thing to do. That's the logical thing to do. That's the justifiable thing to do. And then love one another as God loves us. Exemplify that to people, represent that to people, reflect that to people as best as you can, as best as God allows you to do. It's beautiful. That's the best we can do, is just wanting the best for not some but all. These are the things that help me to cope, to help me to contend. Knowing that my heart is pure and clean, and it's my choice, and any one of us can choose it. I'm free in my heart and mind. I'm free. I'm 100% good with standing before my owner and saying, yes, God, I'm willing to live on this earth and share it with everybody else as you wish, to live as one big, fat, happy family, born into prosperity, born free, born into security for everybody. Nobody having an advantage over another, a perpetual level playing field. Nobody there that wants to oppress me, to get a one-up on me, to have an advantage over me. Yeah, man, I want to be there. So a pure heart is imperative to our salvation. So I recommend it's your choice. It's your choice. He's not going to turn you. You ask God for something that good, He's going to grant it to you, man. But be ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. When it comes to changing your opinions and belief systems, credos and philosophies, you open it up, say, God, reveal it to me. And if I'm wrong, if I've been evil, I don't care how long it's been, I've been thinking wrong. You correct me, man, and just make me a big enough person to accept that correction and to be the person you want me to be. I've got another little love story here that I want to read about this girl of my dreams. Thoughts of the girl of my dreams. One word consistently comes to mind: perfect. She is so sweet, so demure, yet so smart and so strong, so godly. Whenever I see her, I feel I can see into her soul, and it's beautiful. My heart pounds with delight, with awe. She removed a 30-year spell my former beloved had upon me. She has made me feel like a giddy virgin, and I love it. The possibility of actually satisfying the feelings I have for her is very nearly too beautiful to conceive. The joy, the peace, the bliss. Contemplating that pure, innocent puppy love we could share together is the definition of euphoria, virtually overwhelming. Without God's help and blessings, it would be overwhelming. And I praise you, Father, for creating this perfect creature. Please give me the strength to accept your will and her will, no matter what the future may hold. And I'm not done. I make no apologies. I ask, am I a bad man to want nothing more than to cuddle her, to cradle her in my arms and snuggle her, to want to be possessed by her? Yet only possess her as much as she desires, and no more, and no less. To want to be her husband, to want her to be my wife, to want her to be the happiest woman in the world. No, I'm not a bad man. I know real success, and having the opportunity to please her would make me the happiest man that ever walked the earth. I want to be one with her for all eternity, one man, one woman, forever together in love. God can offer his children nothing better, nothing greater than a true love. Capitalism is a game revolving around a supposedly evolved method of barter. But all games worth playing must have rules. And if any portion of the players have exclusive privileges to break the rules at will, the game is bogus, tainted, unfair, rigged, and certainly no fun for the non-privileged, and those whom refuse to participate. No person is exempt. We are all forced from birth, to play this evil game of monumental fraud. That's how I feel about crony capitalism. It's fascist, and it's a real pain in the behind. At this point in social, political, and economic history, there exists no valid reason for any person to be born into fear. That is the fear of taxation, both governmental taxation and private taxation, by way of either a cost of living, or in other words, the price you are mandated to pay by an arbitrary governmental agency or by cutthroat private entities. And the bottom line is that this so-called reality, this current pattern, this paradigm, is undeniably invented to steal. It is wholly corrupt and woefully fraudulent. The people of Earth must and will be set free from these monsters enslaving us. And this has everything to do with the love of money controlling the masses. That's right, man. We are under Satan's spell, man. We're in a lot of trouble. More on the girl of my dreams here I'm going to read. To my hopeful beloved, whenever I've seen you in the past, my heart would pound. If I didn't reveal that fact, it may have beat right out of my chest. Please try and understand. I've allowed myself to be smitten by a kitten. I simply cannot resist letting you know how I feel. You're perfect. What else can I do? I have to live with myself. And I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't do my damnedest to win your hand. You see, you are the first woman in 30 years to break the spell my former beloved had over me. Please forgive me, honey. Okay? Even if I'm not your cup of tea, okay? Listen, you've helped me immensely. Just being as beautiful as you are, I am totally enthralled. You're captivating. And I couldn't help but let you know. So, sue me. But, hope that you forgive me and, give me a chance to see. See if it could work. See if I could make you happy. See what you think. That's all I'm asking, sweetheart. But man, it's so easy to say, I love you. God, I see you, and I just think it, and if I'm alone, I'll say it out loud, and I think, oh, God, I love her. Thank you, God, for creating this beautiful creature, perfect creature, apparently custom made for me. No, life's short. I could be dead today. She could die today, and I just hope she knows how I feel. And yeah, it'd be a tough pill to swallow. A tough pill. Be a freaking elephant pill to swallow. If another man gets to put a ring on that prettiest of little fingers, God, be rough. But God will get me through whatever I have to suck up. I got to suck up like we all do.